It's Tome Topple! That was rude. Hi everyone, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my Tome Topple / February TBR. What I'll do first is talk about my Tome Topple TBR and then we'll do my February TBR. So if you don't know, Tome Topple is a readathon based around reading books that are 500 pages or more. And this year it's February 7th through the 20th. They do have a bingo board, but this is my first year that I'm officially participating. So what I'm going to do is I have my tomes that I want to read, and I'll see what they fit in closer to the end of the readathon and kind of see where I'm at. So the first tome I want to read is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third book in the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy, and I really won't go into the synopsis of this because it will spoil some stuff, but it's basically set in a world where the bad guy won, and this crew of people are trying to overthrow the Lord Ruler and make the world a better place again. And the magic system in this series is superb, and the characters are amazing. And I have been very much looking forward to getting to the end of this book, or this trilogy. I'm about 200 pages in so far, and I'm really loving it. So I'm excited to finish this. The next book I want to read for Tome Topple is The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. This is the first book in the Gentleman Bastards series. This follows the story of orphan Locke Lamora, and he is a very talented thief. And eventually he becomes the leader of a thieving group called the Gentleman Bastards, and he becomes a very infamous name. And there is a very bloody coup going on, and Locke gets caught in the middle of it, and he has to beat his enemies or die trying. And I have been looking forward to reading this. Daniel Green and Murphy Napier really hype up this series, and I think it'll be really good. The final thing I want to read for Tome Topple is The King of Crows by Libba Bray. And I specifically picked this one because it will help fulfill the prompt of a tome for Black History Month. So even though the author is not African American, there are a few protagonists in this series that are, and they do play very important roles. It's the fourth and final book in the Diviner series, and it follows a group of young adults, and they are diviners. So basically they have extraordinary powers, such as reading objects, seeing into the future, being able to become invisible, different things like that. And it is paranormal historical fiction. Every book has its own plot, but they all build on each other, and this is like the epic conclusion. And this is going to be my audiobook selection for Tome Topple. And I've started it. I'm about 30 minutes in. I started it today, and already I'm excited. January Lavoie is narrating this installment again, and she is an excellent narrator. So I'm very excited to see where this goes, and I know it's going to break me. And now for the rest of my TBR. I do have kind of an ambitious TBR. The first book is one that I've already started. It's The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. This is the second book in the Wheel of Time series, and I'm about 75% of the way through it. And I don't think it'll take me that long to finish it. So that's one I want to read. I also need to finish Northanger Abbey. I was supposed to finish this at the end of January, and I did not. So, we're going to finish it. I'm about halfway through, really loving it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And next I want to read Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This is for the Austen Anonymous read-along. This is the book for February. And this will also be my classic for the month because I'll be reading the entire book in the month of February. So I have read this book once before. I really loved it, and I'm excited to get back into this book and remember why I loved it so much. So the next book I want to read is the Cozy Mystery Escape Book Club's pick for February, and that is Tart of Darkness by Denise Swanson. And this follows the story of Dani, and she has hit a dead end in her career, and she unexpectedly inherits this old house in a college town. And she decides to pursue her passion for cooking because she's got this brand new start. So she opens Chef to Go. And in order to support her new business, she opens her home to some students, renting them rooms. Just as everything is going well, the friend of one of her boarders is murdered, and Dani becomes one of the prime suspects. So she has to figure out who the murderer is in order to save her reputation and her business. And the next book I want to read is Grave Peril by Jim Butcher. It's the third book in the Dresden Files series. And I will say I finished it today because this TBR is super late. But basically, the Dresden Files follows Harry Dresden. He is a wizard detective in Chicago, Illinois, and every book he deals with some kind of paranormal or monster type situation and uses his detecting and wizarding abilities to help save the city of Chicago and his loved ones. So the first two books were a little rough, but Grave Peril I actually really enjoyed. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And piggybacking off that, I want to read the fourth book, which is Summer Night. I want to finish Foul Play at the Fair by Shelley Freydont. I started this, I think, in December and put it down for whatever reason and just never picked it back up again. I'm a third of the way through it, really enjoying it. But it's the first book in the Celebration Bay mystery series, and it follows the story of Liv Montgomery, and she has become the event coordinator for Celebration Bay, and they are preparing for their Harvest by the Bay festival, which is one of their biggest profitable festivals for this town. One day, a body is discovered at the start of the festival, and Liv gets involved in order to save the reputation of the town and the festival. So, like I said, I'm about 100 pages in, really, really loving it, and I definitely want to finish this month. Total, that is 10 books, which last month I read 12, so I think this is doable. But wish me luck. Have you read any of these books, or what's on your February TBR? Let me know down below. As always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.